so much has been happening. But first of all, today is senior day at the fair, so I did not go to the fair, but my friend did go. And I actually encouraged him. I said he might meet someone his age, but apparently he called me and it was not fun. So I guess it rained a little bit and his shoulder was hurting, so that wasn't good. But I was trying to find curtains for my upstairs bedrooms where you can see in the room and there's just a lot of light that comes in. So I wanted to put like another curtain underneath, like the long ones that are kind of sheer. And I ordered some stuff on Temu and I was like trying it. And then I went out to the road to see what the backs of the curtains look like, because they looked pretty bright white, and I don't know if it matches the other curtains in my house. So if I keep them, I might have to like sew or glue a different fabric on the back of them just so that my house doesn't look weird. But they're not bad. Anyways, while I was out there, the neighbor, a couple houses down, came out and told me about the scammers. They weren't really scammers. They were agents for the kingdom of darkness who I accepted a mission from God. And when they took the bait and broke my house and tried to steal all of my money, they did some work. But when they actually intentionally broke my plumbing and they broke my roof, only installed part of it, and basically ran off. Well, they dumped pee on my dog, on my big dog. They left my water off so I couldn't wash him. They dumped garbage and alcohol bottles in my yard. They were on drugs. Like they were supposed to scrape paint off of the front of my house, and then they left it and then just sprayed a little bit over top of it and made it look worse than before they start. Just everything I can't even imagine. But anyways, so this neighbor, a couple houses down, he saw them coming over to the house, and he was like, he didn't like them, he didn't trust them, but he didn't say anything to me until after they left. But when I was out looking at my curtains from the street, he was like, oh, hey Jennifer, and he came over to talk to me. And he basically told me that they had gotten their karma. And God used me to get their karma. I prayed, I asked God to use me. I saw 17.71. From them, the first transaction I had was a sign. They are too stupid to do this on purpose. Anyways, they were also connected to people I was working with and I thought I could trust, but they did look like scammers, and I thought this was a mission from God because of the timing and the numbers. So anyways, the neighbor guy comes down. He's actually 2 houses down, and he tells me, so the main person who was in charge is now on, I think on meth or some drug, Oxycontin or something, and he's an addict. He roams the streets. He's broke. He's homeless. He doesn't have a vehicle. His own mother doesn't love him. So he's in an even worse situation now, because now he's broke and there are people after him. Okay, so then the other people that work for him, they got their house shot up, but they wanted to come for the ringleader, but they couldn't find him because he was homeless. So they shot up someone else's house instead. Now luckily they're doing okay. So the main guy is addicted to drugs, homeless, no one likes him, he has no money. He's just messed up all the time, wandering the streets. Okay, so that's what happened to him. Oh, and there's also somebody trying to hunt him down and shoot him to get his money back. And then the people that he hired, they're just alcoholics, I heard. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I was told they don't do the hard drugs, they just drink. And this could be the case because they just dumped a bunch of alcohol bottles in my yard. So this could be true. But anyways, there was drive-bys and there were shootings in their homes. So I think this will continue until their next customer gets his money back. And then there was another younger man who worked for him, who I believe this ringleader actually hooked on drugs to control, and his wife was on drugs too, or his girlfriend. They were both on drugs. I went to go see them. They were getting kicked out of their apartment at the time, and apparently they are in rehab. they had to get in rehab because they lost their baby, so they actually were pregnant, and then I think got it back. So maybe that's a little bit of good news. But anyways, as horrible as these people are, and they scammed and stole and broke a lot of things, they target women, I believe, but they got a lot of people before me. They got, like, the whole town knew, so they have to go out of town to do any work. So apparently the main guy who was running the show is just addicted to drugs, wandering around homeless, probably, like, freaking people out with the way that he behaves, being high on drugs. And the people that worked for him are still able to get work far off. They have to, like, drive way out because everybody in this neighborhood knows them, knows they're a scammer. And also, the person that they got after me is trying to get his money back and is sending his gang members with guns after them. So this is the thing. Like, they got their houses shot. Okay, there were people driving by shooting into their houses. Luckily, they were okay. They were coming for the leader, but he was homeless on the street, so they didn't know where he was. And so apparently, right after they dealt with me, God gave them karma. Because the very next person they went to was not very happy. That he had about $15,000 stolen. Sounds familiar. But well, I did nothing, and I trusted God. Every time I tried to pursue legal action, it would be supernaturally blocked. So I just trusted God. I left it alone. And I trusted they would get their karma. It had to happen. So the very next customer they go to do work for, they do a bad job, they don't finish it, they take his money and go. Well, he wants his money back. And apparently he has a lot of connections, so he sends his guys with guns after them. And they are still trying to hunt him down. And they can't get any money from the main guy. They're trying to get money from his employees, who are still able to work maybe out of state or a few cities over or something. So they are not doing good. I heard it's over. It is over for them. And I guess if they want things to get better, then he's going to have to get his life together, get off the drugs, and find a way to earn money to pay back me and the man that he went to after me, and then try to pay back all however many customers that he damaged their homes before then. I heard he had to be sued because he actually was hired to remodel a woman's kitchen or something, and he broke it and messed it up on purpose. I know they do this on purpose. Then he left, but he did get sued and have to pay her back. So they're not doing well. And then I didn't like how the curtains, like, from the street looked too white, and then I could see, like, the ties hanging down. So then I tried to move the ties, and I'm like, okay, I'll go look at it again. There's a little bit of daylight left. I go out and I look, and then there's just kittens running around. And as I cross the street, it maybe does look a little better when I move the ties. But then it's still kind of too white. And then I see one of the kittens dead in the middle of the road. It had just been hit by a car, and I think it was a black cat. So I kind of wonder that there are little black cats in the neighborhood, and I think maybe some of them are monitoring spirits. They hop on my porch, possibly spy on me, or they're just cats. You know, I actually felt sad. I felt loss in my heart. But this could be a spirit that has been spying on me, has dealt with me before, hopping bodies or something. It could be in a kitten, I don't know. Or it could just be a cat. It could just be a cat. But I know how the kingdom of darkness works. I know angels come in human bodies. Angels come in animal forms. Angels come in insect bodies. So, in this case, it was a young kitten. I don't know if it had a home, if it just roamed around. It was a stray. When I went outside, they were just walking across the street, you know, just left outside. I don't know whose cats they are. And then I went across again, and I see a cat in the middle of the road, and I walk by, and I see, like, blood behind its head. So it's a little black cat. This could be a small adult or a little bit older kitten. And I just felt like a lot of sadness when I saw this. And maybe this signifies something. We all know that black cats mean something. There's superstition surrounding them. So a new black cat it actually was on my porch. So I went out my front door to cross the street to see how my curtains looked from the road. Because they actually look kind of weird. Because the one upstairs didn't match the other ones. Other ones are like beige, and that one was like bright white. So, and then I start to walk. So I go out my front door, and there was like 2 or 3 kittens like on my porch, and then they go across the street. And then I go across the street to look at my curtain, and when I'm coming back, I see a dead cat in the middle of the road. And actually, it was been squashed. It was hit by a car, and then its tail waved. So I think it was maybe still alive, or so. I don't know. Maybe it died and its tail moved. I don't know. This was horrible. Its tail moved a lot, though. It stood straight up and waved. And actually, I got a call when I was upstairs from someone, and I said, "Oh, I'm upstairs. Can you call me back in a few minutes?" So then I went to look at the curtain, saw the dead cat, came back in the house, and I decided to record this video. So God used me. It was a mission. I asked to be used for mission. I saw the numbers. They came right then, that day. And so I'm like, I'm all gung-ho, going on a mission. Of course, missions mean that we get hurt, and they get hurt too. So we put ourselves out there as bait. We take the blows, we take the punches, we're like Rocky, and in the end, God restores us more than what was stolen. But apparently this man and his crew had just stolen money and broken things in many people's homes, in many women's homes. And it wasn't until he dealt with me. He dealt with me, didn't make things right, did not respond to my messages. Next customer he goes to happens to have his own gang, apparently. And he has weapons. And is now hunting him down, trying to get his money back. And if he doesn't get it back and he finds him, I don't know, maybe he'll tie him up and torture him or something. That's what it sounds like. So yeah, he is addicted to drugs. And maybe that's the best thing for him right now. Because he won't be coherent when he's being tortured to death. I don't know. But actually, maybe this person would see what a pitiful state he's in and just walk away and try to get money from his other employees that are still somewhat competent and able to hold a job and do work. Yeah, this is not good. But it is good news, the young man that worked there, he actually wasn't lying to me. His girlfriend was pregnant. They lost their child. Children's Services took them. They had to go into rehab to get their baby back. And what I heard is that they are off drugs now. And I did hear when he was growing up, he had a bad situation. He was abused. Someone tried to help him out. And they were very mad when he got back on drugs again. Well, I think the guy he was working for had something to do with him getting back onto drugs again. I actually think he got him hooked again so he could control him and use him as part of his crew to go around and damage people's property and steal their money. But anyways, he's out of that. He's not going to be working for him again. And I guess he has his baby back and his girlfriend still. Maybe I'm wrong. This is what I was told. This is what I think the situation is. So that is good news. If all of this happened, it took the criminal off the street. Well, he's on the streets. He's no longer going to be working for people. And the young man that he took and addicted to drugs is now in rehab, not on drugs, and has got his child back. So that's possibly a good thing. See, I didn't have to chase him down. I didn't have to go and get a lawyer. I wouldn't have got a dime from him. The next man that he screwed over after me is hunting him down with his gang members and has already shot into houses, and luckily he missed. I mean, I don't like these employees. They're bad people. But at the same time, I don't want them to be shot to death. I don't want them to be paralyzed. I want them to turn their life around and try to make things right. And maybe this will do it. I don't know. So, God did use me because they had targeted many people. Basically, the whole town where I live. Every few people, somebody knows who they are. They have harmed so many people in this town. Then they dealt with me, and then the very next person is taking them out. I gotta go, my phone's ringing. God bless you guys.